Hey everybody, and welcome back to NFT Kings. My name is Matt, and in today's video, I'm of course giving you guys another update on what is going on with Mana or Decentraland. So if you guys are new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily NFT related Decentraland and Mana videos. So if you guys are new, let's get right into it. Now, if you guys haven't seen what's been going on here with Mana on the day, this is amazing stuff. This is essentially proven that Mana has wings of steel. We are right now up 21.74%. This is always subject to change slightly, but it is amazing to see that we are right above $3. And I think a lot of people saw a crash coming, partially because of that Facebook metaverse announcement, which led to a lot of hype, flowing into Mana and a lot of other metaverse related coins. And I think a lot of people felt that this would only be a fad, this wouldn't be long lasting, but it looks as if Mana is here to stay. So when we check the market cap, guys, you guys can see it is at $6 billion, which is just mind-blowing. And it was literally like yesterday when Mana had a market cap of around $1 billion, and I remember when it did. And it's just crazy to me that this has managed to climb up so fast. And I know a lot of people who've been believing in this project since long before. I mean, again, I got this at 60 cents. Some people in my comment section were saying they got this like 3 cents. So people have believed in Mana for a very long time, and to see it performing so well has got to be amazing. When it comes to volume, we are down on the volume around 16%, but that is not bad because that is, of course, sell volume. So we are experiencing less sell volume right now than we are buy volume, and that is always good. Now, when we take a look at our graph here, guys, there is a lot to unpack. But before we do, guys, make sure to check out Webull at the top of the link down below in the description, guys. It's super easy to do, and if you guys get started over there, you guys can get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. I always do appreciate that, and if you guys sign up, I get a couple free stocks as well. So if you guys like me and want to support the channel, I always do appreciate checking out Webull, top of the link down below in the description. So we check out the chart here, guys, with what we are working with on the day. Again, we have to remind ourselves of the challenges that Mana has shown. First off, really simple to get off my Shiba Inu graph here and switch to the Mana graph. You guys can see, of course, we are dealt with a few challenges. Now, the first one being mainly that this is extremely tough to classify. And I've said this about SHIB, funny enough, in my other channel, Crypto Kings. Sometimes these graphs don't exactly follow what a lot of the wedges want to. So when you have something like a symmetrical wedge where it is just a very straightforward, sort of convergence here at the middle, when you have a symmetrical wedge like this, ideally you want things to kind of bump at the top and the bottom, the top and the bottom, to where it fills it out and it feels like it is accurate. Now, unfortunately, what we're working with here is not a filled out wedge. It is a little bit difficult. So this does not really fit very well in any kind of wedge, which makes it a little tough. But what the good news is that we can use this flag here, which went all the way up to 5, as a little bit of a metric to sort of help us decide what this is. And I would say this movement here is inherently bullish, because really when you work with this, guys, we have a very tall flag here and then kind of some bouncing around after. This is kind of the closest I can estimate this to looking like, and this is not a particular type of wedge or movement. It's slightly off, but really something like this looks like it could be gearing for a breakout. So that is my personal opinion, again, on what we are working with here. I have seen people, again, who say that a rising wedge, obviously a rising wedge is something like this, is inherently a bearish movement. Something like this would be bearish. But again, we have this flag at the top, which kind of gives it a bullish kind of nature. Again, if we saw something like this, if it came up in this fashion, it would be a lot more bearish, a very traditional rising wedge. But what we're working with here, the flag kind of gives it a falling wedge kind of category. And again, it is just so hard to kind of classify these because, yet again, they don't really want to fit very well into these wedges or boundaries that we set. But really, guys, I would say it is safe to assume that Mana will stay above 3, or at least in the high 2s for the near future. And when it comes to lines of support, guys, it is a no-brainer. What we are looking for, of course, is around 2.6, because you guys can see in just about every instance here, all of the last couple of days, every time it hits 2.6, bounces back up. I mean, literally, it does it probably 10 times here. Here, you guys can see it's doing kind of the same thing around 3. That is a little bit more ambitious of a line of support. I suppose it is possible, possible you could set the line of support at like 2.85 for the next couple of days. That is very possible. A little bit more ambitious, but it is still possible. When we check the relative strength index, which you guys can see here over on the screen, we have a very mild, very moderate set of movements here with the relative strength index. Nothing too amazing. We are not pushing the envelope in any way, shape, or form, and this makes it pretty easy for, I think, some people to sleep at night, and makes it pretty easy for the overall community to be able to sort of unwrap what's going on. We're not getting insane surges and insane pumps up to 5 in a second and then crashing back down. That's kind of bothersome, and I think a lot of people, although probably made a lot of money at 5, are probably not very happy watching, the crypto being worth, $2 less after purchasing at 5. So I think the relative strength index definitely gives us some good indications. It gives us some good warnings as to what's going on. And right now, I don't anticipate anything major happening. We could move down a little bit. It does give us the headroom to move down. So we could head into like the low 3s, maybe high 2s without a lot of issues. We could also head up maybe into the mid 3s, something like 350 or 360 without having an awful lot of problems as well. So again, we do have that headroom to make that happen in multiple instances. When we check the Fibonacci retracement, which you guys can see over on the screen here is going to render in, we have a bunch of information here that this is giving us. Obviously, we have the top of the most recent run that it has charted, which is right around 353, and then the bottom, which is right around 288. So essentially what this is giving us is just a bunch of different lines here that could potentially serve as resistance or support. So we have the 23.6% line, which is the first red line here, and you guys can see it kind of fights to resist and break through this sort of line here, and it finally does with this very strong green candle, pushing us up to 332 at one point. So it breaks through, and now the question is whether or not this 23.6% line is going to stay as a support, and that's right at around 3. That's very possible, and like I said, guys, I anticipate this staying really above the high 2s for the near future. So, in theory, this could just bounce off of this line here. It could stay right above the 3.04 line here of support, this 23.6% line here from the Fibonacci retracement, without having a lot of issues, and that is always good. So this is a definite possibility. All around, guys, I definitely do think that in the next couple of days, we're just going to stabilize right above $3, potentially moving up to 350 if things stay good, but I know I am very excited to watch this happen. I'm so glad to see that this growth was not artificial and was legitimate and was real, and a lot of people out there have now finally started to believe in Decentraland. Again, it's one of my all-time favorite cryptocurrencies, and I think a lot of people can agree why. It is absolutely fantastic. We love Decentraland out here. Lots of awesome stuff going on here with NFTs, with gaming. There is so much that Decentraland here is doing, and of course, they're always doing stuff with the metaverse, which you guys can see here, the Metaverse Festival, and tons of stuff going on. So there is a lot to be said about Mana and what they have managed to accomplish here over just the past few months. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily Mana or Decentraland videos. I really do appreciate it. Drop a like down below, drop a like and on the video, and definitely know down below in the comments, guys, of course, where do you see Mana in a week from now? Again, I personally see it somewhere between 3 and 350. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. See you guys on the next one. Peace.